Day 28. Congratulations, congratulations. Let's enjoy a deep breath. Preparing ourselves for an incredible meditation, an incredible Course in Miracles lesson, and an incredible day. Breathe deeply and be here now. And breathe. Breathing deeply and opening self to wisdom, opening the mind to clearing, cleansing, opening all the portals, opening self so that we approach life open, flexible. Breathing deeply. Remember who you are. Tell yourself right now who you are and to remember who you are, a divine being. You are not a body, you have a body. You live far beyond the body. Breathe and fill your lungs. Breathe and exhale with an ah. Breathe and remember. Now lengthen the spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the spine. Stretch out the spine. Put space between the vertebrae. And breathe into those interspaces in the vertebra of the spine. Breathe your spine. Feel it stretch, feel it elongate. Kundalini energy freely flowing. Breathe and elongate your spine. Now see if you can get a little bit taller, about another ½ inch taller with the spine. Straighten it out, stretch it up, crown to the heavens. Great posture, shoulders back. No hunched shoulders, no scrunched shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down. As you breathe deeply, you simply begin to use your instrument, this incredible instrument that is your avatar. The course calls it your communication device. It's the device through which you can hug people and love people and communicate love. What else would this communication device do other than communicate love on the third dimension? This is a communication device. And just like you treat all of your devices well, you buy covers for your devices, you charge your devices every day, maybe a couple of times a day. You put your devices in safe places away from things that could harm them. Well, this is the number one device you have. It is the body. Treat it better than all the other devices. And we know how much protective gear we have for all of our devices. Well, this device is the greatest device you have, for it comports your soul. Treat it well. Treat it well. Breathe and tend to your device, air communication device, also known as the body temple. Remember, the body temple is housing the soul and the spirit. It is a point of connection of your breath, soul, spirit. It is a point of connection. All of these connect in the body. Now the spine elongated. Begin to become aware of what your feet are doing. Relax them, fill them with divine power and energy now. Preparing for our chant this morning. Our chant is I am that I am. And scan your ankles. Scan your shins. Scan your knees. Clearing, cleansing, filling with divine energy. Scan your thighs. Scan your hips and groin. Scan your belly, lower belly and upper belly. Scan your chest. Scan your shoulders. Scan your arms. Scan your hands. Sweep up, scan your neck. Sweep up, scan your head. Sweep up, scan the chakras above your head. Now, see yourself filled with a divine, glorious light of spirit. This is the light of the divine. A color may occur to you, beautiful. No color may occur to you, beautiful. Simply fill yourself with divine energy. Every cell, molecule, atom, soaking in divine energy, enveloped in divine energy, infused with divine energy. Breathe. Feel good. Let anything in the body temple that is not pleasantness, flexibility, health, let it go now. Let it go. It is disintegrating in the pure divine energy that is source. Source knows only perfection. Therefore, the body temple knows only perfection. And breathe. Our chant this morning is I am that I am. Begin when you desire, at your own cadence. Breathing, we begin. I am that I am. 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 Breathe and speed it up. I am that I am. 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 Squeeze your groin as you do it. If you have a yoni, that means a kegel. If you do not have a yoni, tighten the groin in alignment with your chant, squeezing, pumping the Kundalini energy up to your third eye, up the spine. You need a straight spine to do this. And go. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. Pump the muscles, work the muscles in alignment with the breath and the mantra. Go. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. You may feel heat, energy moving in the groin. That's a good thing. If you have a yoni, you are tightening the pelvic floor, strengthening the pelvic floor, keeping everything nice and taut and firm, and a firm foundation. The yoni, the root, the groin, all this energy pooled there. Use it. Use it. And again, our chant, breathing and tightening the yoni in harmony. Go at your own cadence. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. I am that I am, 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 I am that I am. Tighten, hold, and breathe. Tighten. Tighten the yoni, tighten the muscles around the groin, tighten and hold. And breathe. And with your release of the muscles, breathe out. Align your muscle movement with your breath. This is a form of yoga, which means union, meaning muscles are in union with the breath, in union with spirit, in union with the soul, in union with the heart, the body temple, your communication device, and every muscle, every ligament, every cell, every bone, every inch is in union with the all. No stray cells doing what they want to do. We know what we call those cells. Deep breath. Tighten. And release with your exhale. And now we are tuned up. The mind is clear. We are ready for our A Course in Miracles lesson today, 28. Deep breath. Now that you are open, your spine is aligned, your mind is clear. You know you are a divine being. You have a body that is a communication device. Your muscles are now in alignment with the spirit. Your body completely under the control of spirit through your cleansed mind. And when you are ready, Look down first. Slowly open your eyes. Slowly, slowly. And roll your eyes around. Widen your eyes. Look up. Roll your eyes around to the right. Roll those eyeballs. Give those eye muscles a nice little workout 3 or 4 times, and then roll your eye muscles to the left. Roll them around in your head. Work out those eye muscles. Your eyes will thank you. Welcome, you beautiful being, you amazing soul, you magnificent wonder. Look at you. You're here in your spiritual practice, chanting, vibing yourself all the way up, knowing your source. Wow, congratulations. You are blessed and loved with an unfathomable love. Lesson 28. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Let's speak it together. Speak it to yourself. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Above all else, I want to see things differently. Today, we are really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday. So yesterday, we said it over and over and over again every 15 minutes. And if we forgot yesterday, it's all good. We just jumped back in when we remembered. And we remembered that every time we said it, sincerely meaning it, we took years, many years off of our learning. Yesterday, above all else, I want to see. That is what we said yesterday in sincerity. Today, we're going to give, I want to see things differently. We're giving this idea a practical, a specific application. Idea from yesterday is now going to receive specific application today. In these practice periods, pardon me, you will be making a series of definite commitments. Relax if the C word frightens you, Different things come up in the subconscious mind around the C word, commitment. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. So you don't have to concern yourself. Oh my God, I got to keep this new commitment. And don't worry about that. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them. Making a commitment is starting you on the way to keeping the commitment. We have to start somewhere. And we're still at the beginning. The Course tells us we're still at the beginning. We're only on day 28 of our 365-day mind training curriculum. Remember, as we say every day, our mantra for the year is an untrained mind can accomplish nothing. We are not going to let our minds be untrained. We are not going to let our minds be unfocused. We are not going to let our minds be distracted by 17 social media platforms a day. This is a busy world, and we are not going to allow our minds to be untrained. We're not going to do it. We know our greatness lies within us, and we have too much greatness to express on the planet to not have our mind right. And because that's so important for us, we are proactive with it. We wake up in the morning early and we do this before the sun has even arisen, because that's how much we care and love the divine as our mind. And we know the first Hermetic law, as you heard Reverend Dr. G. Willis share the other day, the universe is mental, the law of mentalism, all is mind. So if your mind is scattered, if your mind is unfocused, if your mind is all over the place, how can you co-create with this gorgeous, fabulous universe? How can we? In alignment with our own best interests. That's why we're here every morning. So let's go further. You're still at the beginning. You may wonder why it is important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. In itself, it is not important at all. Yet, what is by itself? And what does in itself mean? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you are not seeing at all. Wow. It's a separate table, it's a separate lamp, it's a separate bottle of water, it's a separate refrigerator, it's a separate computer set. The chair's over there and the couch is over there. That means we're not seeing it all. If we see all these separate things, we're not seeing it all. You either see or not. There's no in between. Family, the Course has already told us it's either love or fear. It's either heaven or hell. It told us every thought that I have no neutral thoughts. Every thought is either a heaven or hell thought. Either I'm seeing or I'm not. We like to try to be in a gray space. There really is no gray. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. Wow. Once again, here is where the Course uses a very powerful teaching dynamic. It teaches us to focus on one thing so that it can be applied to all things. The light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. When you say, above all else, I want to see this table differently, you are making a commitment to withdraw your preconceived ideas about the table and open your mind to what it is and what it is for. You're not defining it in past terms. Oh, I like this table. I don't like that table. Why? Because that's all coming from memory. We remember one of the beginning lessons in the Course. The Course lessons are starting to really integrate. We remember a lesson that says, well, I see only the past. I see nothing as it is now. And we also heard earlier in the Course that if I would draw my meaning from all these things that I made up, I will see the truth. I will see the word of God written on everything. And I want that. I want to see that. You are asking what it is rather than telling it what it is. So everything that you look at today, you're going to ask what it is rather than telling it what it is. Because we walk around with a certain certainty. Oh, these kind of people, they do that. Oh, this is this kind of people. Oh, that's that country, they do that. Oh, that's that place, they do that. Oh, when you go to that city, that's what happens. Oh, when you go to there, da, 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 da. Oh, that religion, they're about that. Oh, that book, that's about that. We have given everything, people, places, things, so much meaning. And what we're being asked to is drop all of it and ask it what it means. That's simple. You're asking it what it is rather than telling it what it is. We're not binding its meaning to your tiny experience of tables. Wow. I'm going to get an expansive vision now, nor are you limiting its purpose to your little personal thoughts. Well, I'm just going to use the table for what I think it's for. Wow. And see, you might think table, well, that's nothing. Why am I even talking about a table? Why am I even focused on a table? Because as the Course said earlier, if you do it with one thing, you can do it with everything. Just use a table as an example. It's a representation. You will not question what you have already defined. Bam! You've already made your mind up about this kind of people or those kind of people or those people in that country or what happens when you go there or what happens at this place. You've already made up your mind about all those things. You don't question what you've already defined. You don't question it. We don't question it. You don't question it when you're in a church and you're being told what to do. You don't question it because you already have defined it in your mind. And your mind doesn't question anymore because you think you know what it is. Why would I question something that I know what it is? And this is how we stop that mechanism in the mind. It's a mind mechanism. We can stop it. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers. Ask the questions and receive the answers. Don't code to the thing with all the stuff that I already have made up in my mind about the thing. Do we see, family? I think it's very clear that we can see. If we are approaching everything with what we already have in our mind about it, it would become very clear that we're really not seeing anything at all for what it is. We're only seeing what is in our own mind about it. You could call them perceptual filters. You could call them biases, whatever we call them. We're not really seeing. And the purpose of these exercises is to ask questions and receive the answers and saying, above all else, I want to see this table differently. You are committing yourself to seeing. See, yesterday we said, above all else, I want to see. In an earlier lesson, we said, I am determined to see. That's what we said. I'm determined. I'm determined to push past my own mental biases. I'm determined to push past all preconceived notions, all the things I've made up about everyone and everything. I'm determined to see past everything I think I know what it is. I'm open to going past that. It is not an exclusive commitment. It is a commitment that applies to the table just as much to anything else, neither more nor less. So this commitment that you're making, it applies to your arm, just as it applies to the chair. It applies to the body that your child is walking around in. Remember, the body is not your child. Your child is using that body. Yes, it's a child of the divine, a child of the stars. So we change our mind about that. We change our mind about everything. You could, in fact, gain wisdom from just that table. OMG. Now we're talking about the mystical path that you look at a leaf and you ask, what is it for? And you receive just this brush of grace, or perhaps a whole wave of grace washes over you and tears flow from looking at one leaf. You've had these mystical experiences. You know, mystical experiences don't happen with a busy mind. If you would withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind, wow. I'm going to read that again. You could, in fact, gain vision from just that table. You can get your vision from simply one table. If you would, there's an if, withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. It has something to show you, something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. Wow, a table? Hidden under all your ideas about it is its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. I just got the God bumps. Wow. Underneath all the things that I've called this and I've called it that and I've called it that and this is that and this is that and this is that and this is that. And I've just walked around the world so certain that I knew what everything was. Now, and I didn't like some things and I loved others. Now, what if I wiped all that away? I just did a big wash of my mind, right? We use the air element as breath to wipe us clean. We could use a water meditation and just wash all that stuff out of our minds. If we do that, we would see something beautiful and clean and of infinite value, full of happiness and hope. I want that. I want that. Hidden under all your ideas about its real purpose, the purpose it shares, hidden under all your ideas about it is its real purpose, the purpose it shares with all the universe. Wow. Just meditate on it for a moment, integrate, let it deep settle into the deep cores, to all the nooks and crannies in your consciousness. Let it just drip all over you. Let it just drip all into those places and wash those deep, dark pockets in the consciousness that still want to hate on some people, that still don't like this religion or that religion, that still don't, whatever. All the stories, those pockets in consciousness where we keep all the stories that we made up, that either we're against people or people are against us. Let this go in and melt them all. In using the table as a subject for applying the idea for today, you are therefore really asking to see the purpose of the universe. I'm asking to see the purpose of the universe, and I'm using a table to do it. You can't get better than that. You will be making the same request of each subject that you use in the practice periods, as you are making a commitment to each of them to let its purpose be revealed to you instead of placing your own judgment upon it. I love that. It's just a commitment to look at things and let it tell me what it is, rather than me placing all my judgments and meanings on it. We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today. 6. Remember, train the mind, train the mind, train the mind. 6, you could do it every 2 hours. You'd be done in 12 hours. As always, we do our first one in the morning. You can check one off, only 5 more to go. We will have 6 2-minute practice periods today, in which the idea for the day is stated first and then applied to whatever you see about you. Not only should the subjects be chosen randomly, but each one should be accorded equal sincerity as today's idea is applied to it, in an attempt to acknowledge the equal value of them all in their contribution to your seeing. See, all these things are making a contribution to me seeing. As usual, the applications should include the name of the subject your eyes happen to land on. And you should rest your eyes on it while saying, above all else, I want to see this journal differently. Each application should be made quite slowly and as thoughtfully as possible. There is no hurry. Remember, there's no hurry. Keep it random, keep it light, keep it free-flowing. Relax. You can't get it wrong. Let's have our first one now for 2 minutes. We know the exercise. And begin. Above all else, I want to see this iPad differently. Above all else, I want to see this tarot deck differently. Above all else, I want to see this MacBook differently. Above all else, I want to see this refrigerator differently. Above all else, I want to see this cabinet differently. Above all else, I want to see this light differently. Above all else, I want to see these curtains differently. Above all else, I want to see this chair differently. Above all else, I want to see this hand differently. And breathe. That's all. The floor is open.
I just love how every day it builds upon the previous lesson and we take it one step further. For me, I appreciate the baby steps.
I love the baby steps. We're still at the beginning. We're only on day 28. And some of us want to be enlightened in 28 days. It could happen. And how about if it's not? If it didn't happen yet, how about keep going? Any moment could be the moment. How about living every moment as a complete full moment? Ask Kalina, don't you love it? Oh my God, I love it. And thank you, gracias, Harmony, for letting me know to mods. Gracias. And I think who's on stage? Cha. You're up. How you loving?
Hi. I don't usually speak. I just listen. But with this particular one, I say to myself, above all else, what if I see my hands differently? And I said, what if I saw my hand as a taker instead of a giver? How would that make me feel? And one of the things that Spirit has been working on me with is giving all of myself and keeping nothing for myself. And I've been very depleted because of it. And in that moment, I just got this anxiety, I can still feel it, of being a taker. And I'm not sure what that is connecting to, but it's very interesting. And I just wanted to share that. That's all.
Wow, tell us more about the depletion. If you're okay with it, Cha, you okay with it? Speaking about it?
I am. So I'm a medium, and I do a lot of energy work, things like that. I channel a lot, and I give a lot of my energy away in healings and things of that nature. But it goes, even far beyond that. I just give everything, and I don't ask for help, and I don't think I even know how to receive help in the way that I should. And I've just noticed, even physically in my body, a lot of depletion as far as my adrenal gland has been depleted a lot. Having trouble with summoning my energy and hair growth. And I'm started noticing it maybe a few months ago. And I started trying to tap in to figure out kind of what was going on. And that's what was kind of given to me through my own meditations is you're just giving all of yourself away and you're collecting nothing for yourself. And that's it's actually against the universal law of reciprocity. And so I'm working against myself in a way. So I'm trying to figure out how to be a giver and a taker. And for some reason, taking feels wrong to me, if that makes sense.
I completely understand this. And you know what got me out of this? I was in the exact same thing. You know what got me out of this? I don't know if it's the exact same thing. I was having an experience almost exactly as you described. And what got me out of it was T. Harv Eker. And he told me, he said, how many words is it? He told me 4 words. He said, you're a poor receiver. You don't receive. It's not taking, it's receiving. How does that land? What are you hearing?
I said, wow, when you said that, wow, it's not taking, it's receiving. That feels very different. That feels different. That feels, I don't know, like worthy of receiving rather than taking. I guess with taking, it's like you're depleting someone else, and receiving is someone actually giving you. That does feel different.
What feels different about it?
Honestly, it felt like a release of some kind when you said that. And I felt that when you said it's not taking, it's receiving. It was like a deep breath, like, oh yeah, okay, wow, yes, that's what I need. I think it's just a feeling of that's what I need. I need to receive more. And I don't know how or where to receive from. And that's the next thing that enters into me is where am I receiving from, and how do I guess how do I accept that? How do I accept nurturing and care? I know I need it and I know I want it, but I get lost in how to get it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's almost, I'll be honest, it almost feels like an overwhelming feeling when it comes to receive. It feels like something I just do not know how to do. It feels like a release that I need that I just don't know how to get.
I'm going to say something right now that's going to be, well, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to judge it. Thank you, Spirit. If you're a Black woman and you're a person who serves people, you're double damned. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. First of all, the motif or an energetic around Black women is they take care of everybody. That is like a recurring motif, energetic. It's not a have to. It's something we inherit. We saw our Big Mama. Big Mama, it's matriarchal, right? Nobody goes against Big Mama. I don't care. The biggest football player could walk in the door and Big Mama say, sit down and eat this fried chicken. He will sit his behind down and eat that fried chicken, right? So Black women, and this, I don't know if this is encoded in the spiritual lessons of coming into this earth as a Black woman, because I keep telling you, I'm not a Black woman. I just look like one. This, as I'm in this Black woman body, there were many lessons that I saw. And Black women love to take care of everybody, but don't let nobody take care of them. When did you see your mama going and getting regular massages? When did you see your mama say, no, stop, it's about me today. Everything is, today is my day. No, I saw my parent, my mother, my grandmother give the last piece of chicken to who? Dad, because dad worked and dad went out and blah, blah, blah. I saw them, if they were getting ready to sit down and eat a piece of cornbread and the kid was crying or a baby was crying, they picked the baby up and the baby was crying. They gave the baby or the toddler a little piece of cornbread. But that was cornbread they were going to eat, right? Does anybody know what I'm talking about with this whole Black women syndrome, or just something I experienced? Because we'll talk about it.
Well, I spent my professional career studying this, and there's this archetype of the strong Black woman, and it's a archetype. It's not real, and it's a program where we're programmed with lift as you climb, leave no one behind, each one teach one. And ingrained in that program is also guilt that if you want to live your life and enjoy it, you can't, because you have to take care of the entire community. I forgot who wrote that book, This Bridge Called My Back. But everything is on this Black woman, this archetype's back. They take it on. And it's really just a program. It's not true. And we believe it. And you're right, because you saw your mama do it. You saw your big mama do it. And that was the basis of my research. I saw my mother, who was a professional woman, run around killing herself working. And I said to myself intuitively, I don't want to do that. I want to be a professional woman, but I don't want to be killing myself. But then I was in that same pattern, doing the same thing, because it was ingrained that, college educated Black women have to go back and save people in the community. And if you don't, you're a sellout. And you don't care about the community. So that's a program that's programmed into the archetype of the strong Black woman. My work looked at coping, and when I asked these women, how do you cope with this stress? And they said, above all else, they use their spirituality. So there's something about tapping into something higher than themselves to come out of that worthiness issue where you don't even feel you are deserving of anything, because other people you have to serve other people. It's an archetype, it's a program, and this course helps you to unravel it. And it says that, there is no hurry. Unfolding the soul can take some time. But the thing about it is that there is no such thing as time. It's just a willingness of you wanting to do this work. And I'm so glad you're saying this, Shah, because at least you're at the point of, wait a minute, something's wrong with this picture. Many women go generation after generation living like this, believing that they must do these things and they have to or else. And they take it on and it's not what they were born to do, but they were told that and they believe it. And then they get to a point of feeling depleted, just like that. What you describe in Shah, because you feel like you're giving and you're not receiving, and it's an illusion. And this course will help you to unravel that. So with this lesson, above all, I want to see things differently. I say to myself, I want to allow myself to be seen differently. How do I see myself outside of this archetype? How do I rise up above what the programming is? And so give yourself a little more time. We're only on day 28. This course will help you unravel everything that you talked about. There is hope, Shah. Hang in there. And I'm complete. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How you loving, Divine Lady Ninhursag, Queen Vashti? And you know, there's something I want to say about that. Oh, one moment, and then you hop in here, Queen Vashti. Yes, I have to honor Queen Hadassah. Queen Hadassah, literally, this was her dissertation. This was literally what she studied to become a doctor. I have the God bumps. She researched this exact phenomenon. Why are Black women killing themselves? What are we doing? And what are our coping mechanisms? And we always go to spirituality. We go to some kind of spirituality. Now, this phenomenon may not be exclusive to Black women, because I see Flamingo Hurricane, and she said, yes, I am so much like that. I am not Black, but am a mother hen for sure. And that's the key, that these are energies, and they're probably not, I know they're not exclusive to any particular nationality or group of people. I do think groups of people and cultures take on different issues so they can heal them and live them for the whole race of humanity. Right? So, you know, this whole idea of Black women depletion, that's one aspect of it. So we're going to talk about the other aspect of it, because I said that you're double damned if you're a Black woman and you're in this healing arts. If you're a Black woman and you're in the healing arts got another layer on it. The healing arts is like, oh, just give. You're doing spiritual services. Just give it to people freely. Oh, don't charge people too much. Oh, just, help everybody. If they show up, just, put your needs last and put people first and love everybody and just be kind and just take care of everybody. Those two together are a recipe for brokenness, broke down body, not being completely deep into self-care, bad skin, trapped, resentment, because you start resenting the people that you're helping when you're not being taken care of. So when I say double damned, I don't mean that you're damned from heaven. I don't mean that. I mean that something in our minds made these decisions. And it is very true. Do you see how much people have to say about Black luxury influencers? I love watching Black luxury influencers. I love it. I love it. I love it. Whatever that means to you. I love watching it because for me, some Black people, I was watching a couple of videos about this last night about Black luxury influencers, right? These women that have they've chosen a luxurious life and they're sharing it with you. And I saw one perspective. So there are many perspectives on this, right? So I saw one perspective on this that said, this was a woman who grew up near Atlanta. Do you see that your own place of where you're standing is going to determine in your own experience? This is the same thing the course is talking about today. Whatever is in your mind is going to be projected onto the situation, and we're going to see it for that. So she said, well, I grew up in Atlanta. I went to school with people that wore $200 jeans. So luxury and Black, I don't get it's natural. It's natural for us. And then somebody else said, we're from kings and queens. It's natural for us to be luxurious. So why do we even have to say Black luxury? She said, you don't see Asian people saying Asian luxury. You just see Asian people being in luxury. You don't see any white people saying white luxury. Matter of fact, if we don't even give white people the permission to say white luxury. If white people said the same things Black people did, Black people
Then
would
they'd
take
be
them
racist.
out. They would be racist. We would take them out, wouldn't it? Wouldn't we? But we can say it all day long. And well, because we're the minority.
Absolutely.
Talk about it,
And
Harmony.
they were walking around saying white power and white lives matter and all those things. Like, we would be so upset. Like, not me, but it all, like, the same things that we apply to ourselves and say it's empowerment. If other races were saying it, we'd have a problem with it. And that's just how I feel. And I've been on both ends of it growing up as the only African American in an all Caucasian environment. I've been on both ends of it, and I just know that's why, like how you say you don't get involved in anything like that's color driven. Neither do I, just because I've been on both sides of it, and I just feel like all of it is just titles of separation, and it just takes us further away from what our common goal should be.
Amen. If we had women, white women, who said this is a white woman luxury channel, man, it would be blood in the streets. It would be blood in the streets. A Black woman luxury channel, Black girl luxury, Black girl magic, Black luxury, beautiful. If that's your jam, beautiful. We're not knocking it. We're saying there are many different ways of looking at this. And one of the reasons I like it is because it's the polarity. It's on the opposite polarity. We're using the law. Everything is spiritual. To me, everything is spiritual. We're using the law of polarity. Let's go back to the 7 Hermetic laws again. If on one end of the polarity, law of polarity, if on one end of the polarity you broke, busted, and disgusted, broke down, give away everything, don't receive nothing, you were depleted, ain't got no money, ain't got no life, ain't got no dreams, as Cha mentioned, hair falling out, things in the body temple saying, warning, warning, like the body temple does do that, doesn't it? Warning, warning, and you better do something about it. Well, if that's one end of the polarity, what's the other end of the polarity? Could be Black luxury, could be on the other end of the polarity. It's all about me. Hypergamy could be on the other end of the polarity. And you may not, I don't like either extreme, because I've learned in my life that extremes are never the thing. The middle way is the thing. And when I say the middle way, I do not mean halfway between lack and rich. I don't mean that, because no lack. What I'm saying is that you must find the way to walk that you do both. So much of spirituality is a paradox. You must find how to give and receive. You must find how to serve people and be served. You must find how to give and share and keep and conserve and receive. If you don't do all of that, I mean, even a tree knows how to suck up extra water in its roots and hold it in the trunk in case it needs it, because if it doesn't, it knows it'll die. A tree knows how to do that. When it's extra rainwater, a tree is just sucking it up, holding it, conserving it. This is one of the reasons. But you were told if you got any savings, any little scrap of savings, I'm telling you, I lived this. If I got any little scrap of savings, some money that I had to hide it, right? Because it wouldn't be acceptable for me to have money, and people need things in the family. I had the kids, the husband and all that. Oh my goodness. And one day I remember I started getting the inkling, wait a minute, why am I just giving? Every friend that wants something got a flat tire. Who they call me? Because they know I was Superwoman. Big old S on my chest. I'm going to come solve the problem. Come on, let's do this, girl. I'm going to help you get out the ditch. I'm going to do that. But do you think I could call any of them and ask them to help me? Of course not. Because obviously they were not in a position to help me if they were asking me for help. We think this is reciprocal. It's not. All the people you helping, then you get mad and resent your friends because we don't see it for what it really is. Ooh, above all else, I want to see things differently. Talk to us, Queen Vashti.
Amen. Amen. I'm just over here shaking my head because I don't think I was taught this interview. I think I just came in with it. And I'm glad that you spoke before me because you brought some things clear to me as you were going. And my mother was a very giving and loving person. And basically, she
then you being on the other end, and you know my daughter lives a hypergamy lifestyle, and I'm sitting in the middle. And I would definitely love to think that I have something to do with transformation within my family line, because you know, doing this work, and Dr. B, Queen Hadassah, was definitely correct that this course helps you to change your thinking and your mindset. And I've been doing the course for, well, I guess we've touched on the course ever since I've been in this community. So I've been exposed to the course, and I do definitely believe that this course is helping to change the chemistry and the makeup of my family lines, because I'm starting to think differently. I've always been very giving and loving as the matriarch of my family, even though I'm not the oldest. And I'm starting to think differently. I'm starting to think luxury. I'm starting to think, how can I prepare myself to live a lifestyle very close to the one that you live, which is basically being a nomad. How can I set myself up to do this? And yeah, because like I said, I came in with this energy of taking care of people. I was very young when I started taking care of my sisters, because my parents got divorced and my mother was not in the household. So, I mean, at 6, 7 years old, I'm the oldest, and I'm taking care of 3 little girls under me. We're all little, but I'm taking care of them, and I've done it for many, many years. And here lately, I'm just starting to realize that if I do not do something different, I will end up like my mother. You know, my dreams not fulfilled, penniless, you know, just basically allowing others to take care of me until I expire or transition on to the next, and that's not the life I desire. So this definitely is a great lesson today, and I'm glad I came in on this conversation at this point. And there is hope. Just stay within spiritual community and do the work, and you will begin to see yourself transform, because I'm nothing like I was when I first came into this community. And I'm complete.
I want to say one thing. Thank you. Can I say something?
Of course.
Where did it go? Okay. Has to do with programming, like Queen Vashti said. She was born with the programming. The programming can change, and you know what happened for me is, you know, my higher self called me to your egoic self is never going to call you to the course. It's never going to call you to see what's going on. It's going to allow you to continue the pattern. But when you do the course, it's like a pattern interrupt. Like, wait a minute, what am I doing here? And so you know, these themes, you know, yes, they can be universal, like overworking and, you know, feeling like you're taking and not giving. It's really about eventually you're going to understand your divinity, and you're going to understand that you have all, you are all, you are complete, and there's nothing that you need or want. And everyone, every human being has higher self, a guardian angel. They help. They have divine help. And I used to be the one that everyone called upon. Like, listen, well, I educated you. I'm like, you get one PhD and they think you know every single thing. Like, my mother would call me about legal issues. I'm like, I don't know, you know. So it was like this burden. Like, I need to know everything, and it was stressful. And so now I know nothing thanks to this course. I don't know what anything is for. I am good knowing nothing and just enjoying the joy of the now. I don't have to worry about taking care of this one and that one. I'm spirit led. Tuesday I'm going to New York to see about my father's spirit said, go right ahead. I'm like, I don't want to go to New York. Let's go. You know, but I live a spirit-led life. So when I go to my Father, it's not like, oh my God, I have to take care of this. It's a joy. It's a pleasure. It's, you know, it's a part of my divine walk, you know, go to New York, take care of this, not an obligation, not, oh my God, I have to do this, but I get to choose and I get to feel differently because I know I'm out of that program now. I'm out of, you know, the guilt of not giving back or not, you know, that was a big thing for me, giving and feeling guilty when I couldn't give and do and be on every board and all of these things. So we will get there. It's an archetype. It's not even real.
I just wanted to also mention resistance. Resistance will show up, and it's going to show up in ways. And for me, that resistance is showing up in my relationship with my youngest child because he's not ready for the umbilical cord to be cut. But he has to, and that's where I am right now, and I see it. And once you're aware, that's when you can do something about it. You can, you know, I'm gonna stick to my guns. Like, you know, you're a grown man. Like, yeah, let's do it. Get it. Excuse me. So yes, resistance will show up. So that's why the work is necessary. Because you have to build that spiritual muscle so that you can stick to what you know your soul desires.
Let me ask a question. Oh, yeah. I got a quick question. Who needs to come off the titty? Everybody in our lives, we got somebody in our life that needs to come off the titty. Who? Identify them now and say you are officially weaned. Who needs to come off the titty in your life? Take them off. They've been hanging on forever. When you gonna get weaned? I'm almost there.
It's a little interesting, but this year is it. This year is the year.
Yeah. It's time. It's time for everyone who's listening to this. It is time. It is time for you to, first of all, address it in your mind.
had like 40 of them, and me telling her how much I wanted for them gave me stress. Like I needed a drink because I just could not put a price. I could not just charge my friend. So again, I have issues with receiving as well. However, I am consciously trying to see it differently and be a better receiver so that I don't go out of this world ass backwards, broke, just giving all that I have and helping everyone else and not getting anything in return. I do appreciate that. I do see it pinned at the top of the manifestation. I gave away a car to a friend. I've done a lot, and sitting here thinking about it, I did not receive. I just gave, and I think it is that wording because I felt like it was taking, but receiving is a different vibration, and that's why it did feel different. It's just a different vibration. It's a different frequency. So.
We're back live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for being patient. You know, technology sometimes has a little bit of things going on. So let me just reposition myself. I switched to a different device. So, and it seems to be working. So let's continue. There's one other thing I want to say about this.
Okay, one thing, Rev.
Yes.
One thing I want to say, one last thing that I really appreciate about this community and you is that we are on the mantra of spiritual and wealthy, not spiritual and broke, spiritual and wealthy, because there was a time that I didn't think those two went together, you know, and now I understand that it is my birthright to be wealthy and living in luxury and enjoying my life. So I love the fact that we focus on aligning both of them, expressing spirituality and also luxury, the goddess, the elevation of the goddess, the beauty, all those aspects are part of this community. So I love that part because it really takes you out of the gutter of, that low vibration that you were talking about, Harmony, just the low vibration of taking or the feeling of that. When you elevate your consciousness, I mean, it's such a beautiful thing. It relieves you of those low vibrational thoughts and set your sights on the things that are higher and beautiful, and like we say all the time, the unfolding of the soul. And it's a beautiful thing because I don't know what is in store for me. I just know because of where my consciousness is right now that it's going to be, as we say in this community, delicious.
Delicious. Early on, what happened, Dr. Queen Hadassah, Spirit was like, this is money and magic. Money and spirituality is one and the same. So get that clear in your mind. And the reason that they had me teaching finances at American Express was not only so that I could help the clients that I was helping then, it was teaching me the energy of money, and that cannot be left off the table or out of the equation for spiritual people. And I don't know, somehow we got the message that needs to be off the table. If you're holy, you can't be rich. I say be spiritual and rich. Two other things, and I'm going to make a note to myself just so I will stay on track. Two other things that I want to say. I want to talk about the word leadership and about Bitcoin and what Bitcoin has to do with this, because you'd be like, what does Bitcoin have to do with this? Excuse me. First, leadership. When you were growing up, if you are called to the healing arts, when you were growing up, you were already looked to as the leader, the solution, the problem solver, the person that has the answers. Why? Because that was your destiny speaking. People recognize the anointing that rested on your head. They saw it. And so because they saw your leadership, Queen Hadassah, you became the community problem solver. People look to you. So you see, and if you're a Black woman and you're having this experience, it's compounded. Now, if you're in another strand of humanity, let's say your body came in a Jewish, they have their set of culture and experiences that they're lifting for all of us. Let's say you came in Irish. They have their things that they are culturally lifting for all of us. All of us are doing this together. We're all one. Well, if you are already looked to as the leader, okay, family, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Because they saw the anointing. They looked at this person and they were like, you're our savior because you are charismatic. What is charisma? Charisma is Christ, of Christ. They saw the Christ. They saw the anointing, probably even before we saw it. And they looked to us for leadership. Now, here's where it got even more interesting. It got even more interesting. So already you were young and you had some kind of big weight placed on you. I was the oldest of 4 children. My weight was, you be the older sister to all these kids. You help them. You help. You're not going to just sit there in the house and not help. You're not going to just not do anything. Everybody has chores. Everybody has something to do. When mama was gone, I was the head NIC. Okay? Head nigga in charge is what we call it. I was the HNIC. Don't use that word, okay? I'm just saying what we called it, okay? Well, if you are in that position, do you see that these things start to compound? Because not only are you expected in some families and some traditions and some cultures, you're expected to take care of this, that, and the other. And in addition to that, you're called to the healing arts, which means you have a divine call to take care of people. And then you're also in a culture where you got to take care of people. So do you see this is starting to, the leadership that people are seeing is compounding the possible problem, like the program that we're already running as a Black woman or whatever strand you are. I don't want to limit this to Black women because this experience could be a universal experience expressed different ways. Well, if you already have that, here is the next issue. When you grow up and you become a financial advisor, now everybody is expecting you to solve all the financial problems of the whole neighborhood. But do you think those people want to come in, go through the process that was set out by American Express? Do you think they want to go through the process? Set up a PMM, a personal money management experience, a session. You come and you see the financial advisor. You determine what is your, do you think they want to go through the process? No, they just wanted me to give them the answer. Hey, Val, I'm gonna cut about 2,000. I'm gonna get a bigger tax return I need about another 2,000. How the hell am I supposed to know that out of the clear blue sky? Hey, Val, give me a good stock tip. Hey, Val, what about? So already they're thinking, now this does not just apply to financial planners. I'm telling you, I have seen this over and over and over and over with all the beautiful beings that I serve. Not all of them. Everybody don't have this issue. I'm just saying there are patterns you start to see. Do you remember what Queen Hadassah, your sister, Sophia, who is an attorney, do you remember what she says? And she said this openly at retreats. We're not saying anything that's private behind closed doors. She said this openly at retreats. She's Jamaican. She went to college. They sent her to school. She's A1 student because otherwise you got beat down. If you wasn't an A1 student, you would get beat down. And beat, she said, to within an inch of your life. And now that she's an attorney and she's in the United States, she's responsible for everybody back in Jamaica. No, we got this issue, that issue. We call Sophia. Get the money. We call Sophia. She's going to solve. And she's an attorney. No, she's going to solve it. And she's called to the healing arts. So do you see that this starts to compound if we don't correct it? This will compound. Same thing with Queen Hadassah. She goes to school and becomes a doctor. So here I gave you the example of a financial advisor. Now I give you the example of a lawyer. Now I give you the example of a doctor. Queen Hadassah goes to become a doctor. She's gifted, she's called to the healing arts, and she's a Black woman, and she's studying the phenomena of this archetype or this program that we're running. We're running a program. Well, now they call her and ask her legal questions. How in the world is she supposed to know what to do? She's a doctor, not a lawyer, but it doesn't matter, because to the people who want help, they see you as the light. Give me the answer. And your job is to love yourself enough to have broad and powerful boundaries. That's your job. Everybody can ask whatever they want to ask. Your job is to hold your worth, hold your value, and put in appropriate boundaries so that you are always taken care of. That's your job. Your job is to hold your worth. People can ask whatever they want to ask. They can request whatever they like. Send me $500, send me $1,000. You're a financial advisor, you got it. You a lawyer, you can help us get out of this mess. No, we need that money now. And it depends on how demanding your people are. That in Jamaica, her people were demanding, oh no, you sending that money. Wow. You get to tell somebody else what they're going to do with their money? I don't think so. I don't think so. And this is not a message to be unkind to people. This is not permission to not help other people. It's all got to be spirit-led, not a program running in the head. You feel inspired to give some money to A Course in Miracles, you give money to A Course in Miracles. You feel inspired to... Yesterday, I was knowing I had to go to Sephora to get more makeup. I was knowing I had to go to Sephora, and I was like, Sephora, and I'm in Guadalajara, and girl, Queen Hadassah, you are so right about Guadalajara. I'm just feeling the energy of it. It's delicious. I love it. It's so lovely because it's got the fashion thing going. I love that. It's got the fashion.
Do not go into that shoe mall. Don't.
I'll be done for if I go into that shoe mall. Thank you for the warning. Thank you for the warning. Oh, geez. I was in a fashion mall yesterday. I mean, I'm talking a gorgeous fashion mall. I don't know what people are thinking about Mexico, but all the things you're thinking about Mexico, just like the course said today, use Mexico as one of the examples that above all else, I'd like to see Mexico differently. Well, I was in this fashion mall and I went and I got this makeup. And here's what I did. I knew I needed a different foundation because I had gotten more and more tanned. And I also knew I needed to take my makeups. I needed to do some things. And I knew exactly what I was looking for. So I got everything that I was looking for. I get to the counter and I'm not paying attention to the price. I'm not asking nothing about no prices. I mean, if you ask, Marilyn Monroe said, or was it Betty Davis, one of those divas, said, if you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. If you have to ask how much is it, you can't afford it. So I never asked nothing about how much it is. The lady was doing the makeup. She was matching me perfectly. She was doing this. She was doing that. Give it to me. I don't ask how much is it. God is footing the bill. God got everything. So why would I be asking a question like that? It's not none of my business. Well, she gives me everything, puts it in a basket, and I go to the front and she rings it all up, and you know how in your mind you just do like a little tally, oh, maybe $100, something like that. And she says, 2,900 pesos. And I was like, 2,900 pesos. And I just gave it. Here you see the little mind yabbits working. Yeah, but $150. That was my inner accountant bookkeeper. $150 for makeup. I was like, oh, I see you. Thank you for outing yourself. Yeah, you can watch me put on this $150 worth of makeup right now. You can watch me because I already bought it. And it was like, oh, you hear these voices? Why do you go along with them? Why do you even believe them? They're insanity. They're voices of insanity. Not one voice in your head ever told you anything that was true. Not one. Because the voices in the head are inherent liars. Okay, so why did I tell you that story? When I came out later on that day and I looked at, I was like, I wasn't really concerned because it wasn't like $150 it wasn't like I didn't have it. Well, later on, do you know Spirit sent me so much more money than that it made that little $150 that I quote unquote spent. You're not spending it, you're circulating it. Circulating into the universe of life so there can be more beauty in the world, more makeup. They can go there. Sephora's going to take that money and they're going to make more makeup. Yay! More beauty in the world. And it's something I love. And you're circulating more love in the world. And everything in your life is already taken care of. I'm not talking about being irresponsible. And I'm talking about honoring yourself. Do you know my mother would have never spent $150 on 3 or 4 makeup items? It was a foundation, a concealer, 3 lip glosses, and 2 makeup brushes. My mother.
It was the makeup brushes that made it $150.
Or maybe the Lancome foundation that I'm wearing right now, she matched me perfectly. My mother would have never done that. That would have been sacrilegious to my mother. That would have been sacrilegious. That's not the life we're living. That's not the life we're choosing. I'm going to share something with you. It is just as easy to choose luxury than it is to choose limitation. It is just
Say that again.
It is just as easy to choose luxury than to choose limitation. It's just as easy to choose a suite versus a hotel room. It's a choice. And then you want to get mad at people that made the choice. And you still sitting in lack of limitation and don't have what you need and don't have what you want. Why? Why are you mad at the hypergamous? Get with the program. Choose luxury. And you don't have to be a Black woman to do it. Anyone. Choose it. Choose self-care. Choose self-love. Choose self-worth. Choose broad boundaries. As a matter of fact, one of my coaches taught me that the more successful you become, the broader your boundaries become. So how many people can get Oprah's phone number? That's a boundary. Oprah can't have 5 million people calling her every day. She wouldn't get anything done. The more successful you become, the better your boundaries ought to be. And I'm going to do a video on boundaries, because I know people are listening to this and your mind is confusing boundaries, and we don't need to be confused. I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite luxury hypergamists. Hypergamy. What is hypergamy? Hypergamy is leveling up. Extreme self-care. Level up. You're intentionally leveling up. I did a level up video on my YouTube channel. Watch it. It's intentionally leveling up. Level up your makeup. Level up your lipstick. Level up your hair. Level up your jewelry. Level up your clothes. Level up where you stay. Level up your home. Level up your diet. I just keep leveling everything up. I just keep going up. It's incredible. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you. So that's the first thing I wanted to say about leadership. Anyone want to chime in on that? The floor is open.
Well, I used to think boundaries was a cuss word because I didn't have any in my life. So if you put up boundaries in your life, I would take that as you didn't like me, you didn't love me. Like if somebody gave me a boundary, to me, I would just like be in a puddle of tears. So I can't wait to see your video on boundaries. Of course, this community has not only got me to understand the importance of boundaries, but to also create my own. And I too, it used to be the family go-to. People would call me and ask me the most outlandish questions. And then when I would have an answer for them, they would think I was God and all I did was Google it. So after being so annoyed with people asking me these questions, what I started doing was when somebody would ask me the question that I would find the answer to simply by searching for it, I would send them the screenshot of like when I typed in the search engine and then what popped up, and I would start sending them that instead. And eventually people caught on to, oh, basically go out and look for the answer myself. And it's for me, that was a boundary, even though I didn't say go find it yourself. I just would type it in the search engine and be like, how did you know that? How did you find that? Oh, it was so amazing. No, I just took 2 seconds to look it up, and you can too. So I kind of felt like I was giving people their own toolkits or box to go pull from, and it worked beautifully for my life. Now, almost I definitely don't get as many calls as I used to. I probably get almost none in comparison to getting 10 calls a day asking me the most far out questions that I don't even know why they thought I should know the answer to. But the boundaries was a huge thing for me. And like I said, if you put up a boundary, that just meant you hated me. Like, so I'm so grateful for this community because the spiritual up leveling that I've done is amazing. And I think we need an up level challenge. I don't know. I'm complete.
I like that. And you know what was also stirring in my spirit this morning? Doing some kind of beauty makeover kind of retreat where you just make your whole self over. We bring in the professional hair people. We take a picture before. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time because women are not walking around looking like goddesses. And I'm like, what is happening on this planet right now? The goddess is like, where is she? Where is she? Have we slain the goddess over convenience? Have we slain the goddess? It's inconvenient to be a goddess. It's inconvenient. Yesterday I saw this girl face beat in Sephora. She was like such an inspiration. I was like, oh, I want to do that because for me, makeup is artistry. So I like, doing the little colors and the this and that. It's artistry and it's a meditation. I love it. I love it. I've loved it since I was 13, 14, 15 years old. That's when I started with makeup. Well, this sister said to me yesterday, I looked at her and I was like, oh, mamacita, muy bonita, muy bonita. And I was asking, because I'm in Mexico, right? And I was asking the lady how long it takes her to do that because I couldn't answer her. I'm not there with my Spanish yet. And I heard her say dos horas. And I was like, what? And she said 2 hours. And she wakes up every morning, 2 hours to beat her face. And I'm telling you, girlfriend had the eyeshadow slaying, the diamonds. She had, I love the face jewels and all that. She had the jewels placed perfectly, slaying. She had the lashes slaying. Now, please don't think from what I'm saying that the goddess means makeup. No, 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 no. I'm asking you, what's your slay? See, every goddess has her own slay. What's your slay? Get to slay and get to slashing. Wait, pray, slay. But some of us are so afraid to slay. You're so afraid to shine. You're so afraid to get out there and look fabulous in the supermarket. I want to go to the supermarket with a ball gown on just because I like it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to a Whole Foods with a big old ball gown on. I just love it. What say you, Harmony? Because you like that, Harmony. You'd be going places fabulous. And I'm going to get some gas. I'm fabulous.
Where are you coming from? Home? That question so much. Like, dressed like that? Like, even the other day when I messaged you and told you how I went out the house and I saw 3 people that I knew and I thought I was just going out the house to move my car because the plow truck had come. And since I was in all of this snow, I'm like, oh, I need one thing from the store. Ran to the corner store and saw 3 people. And the one guy was like, whoa, where is the party? Like, he thought I was jazzy. And I'm like, oh, I look like hell. So generally, I do not leave out of the house unless I am in a dress because I feel like t-shirts and yoga pants are for yoga. I feel like that is what you wear to the gym. So unless I'm going to the gym, I'm in a dress every single day of my life. And people are always like, you have so many dresses. Oh, I probably could wear a dress for 2 years and never repeat the dress. So that's how I am anyway. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better to just put on a dress and to figure out. Think about how much time you spend figuring out, matching up your pants with your shirt, with your shoes. If you just throw on a dress, it's no thought at all. So for me, that's simple. It makes my life so simple. So when you said wear a ball gown to the grocery store, I said, yes, we're on the same level. Now, the only thing that I have not yet done that I want to do, and maybe I will step out this year and start doing it, I used to wear face jewels all the time until I got tired of people questioning the face jewels. And so that was something that I stopped doing that brought me so much joy. So like every time you come on live with face jewels, I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had the courage to do it again because it was something that I was doing at 16 when I was first allowed to start wearing makeup. And then I just stopped. And it's like, you know what, 2022, I'm going to put on those face jewels, baby. Every day with my dress, I'm going to pop on a face jewel. So I think we should do that in our next event. We should just pick a random grocery store and let's just all go in ball gowns. It'll be like
Let's
a movement.
do it, girl. And you know what I've noticed? People are afraid to stand out. They're really afraid to stand out. So everybody just looks normal. They just have on like some black normal something. I love black and I have some fly black outfits. I love fly clothes. I love my witch hats. I love fabulous heels. I love face jewels. I love earrings that go on forever. I love it all and I'm doing it all. I love it all and I'm doing it all. And I used to have considerations on what would people think. Da, 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 da. The other day I had a face jewel on here in Mexico and the man said to me, I was sitting in the cafe drinking a latte with face jewels on. And this man said to me, is that a religion? He was pointing, people notice. People take notice of the goddess. He was like, is that a religion? I said, no, I just love it. He was like, ooh. And you know, he could feel it. He was liking it. He was like, ooh, like, wow. Yeah, it's lovely. Level up. Now, the second thing I wanted to say, so that whole leadership, wow. Shah, you gave us a gift this morning, Shah. Thank you for sharing. You gave us a gift that we didn't even know we needed to unpack. We are getting rid of the Black Woman Program or the program of, it ain't even just Black women, as I'm seeing in the chat. Right, Shah? You took care of us. Talk to us, Shah.
Can I just say you like triggered something for me when you were saying that your mom wouldn't have bought the brushes. My mom was opposite. She would have. She actually did buy luxury things for herself. The car she had, furniture, clothes, makeup, all of it. And her sisters and other people around her would always have something to say, but she would still have her luxury. So I remember I was in the mall with my aunt and I was buying some things and she said, how much did that cost? And I said, I don't know. And she said, oh, you don't look at prices? And I was like, no, should I be looking at prices? And I have a feeling if my mother had not passed away when I was so young, my mentality would have been different because after she passed away, I did kind of have that mentality of I just bought what I wanted. I was, leveling up. I always had my hair done, all this stuff. But it was a steady pressure of everybody around me telling me that I was wrong. That, you should buy cheaper things and you need to be saving money, especially my dad. And that kind of seeped into me right now to where everything I look at, I'm like, how much is that? How much does that cost? How much is that? And when you said that you could choose luxury, it's easy if you can choose limitation. I remember a time when I used to choose luxury. And I really want to get back to that place of when I used to choose luxury. So that really did trigger a memory for me. So thank you so much for that.
I love that. Now, here's the thing I wanted to say about Bitcoin. Bitcoin does this naturally. If you have Bitcoin, and if you are a Bitcoiner, you are learning the lessons of energy. Bitcoin is a teacher. It's a spiritual teacher. That's why I've been with this thing for 13 years. The lessons you will learn with Bitcoin. People think, cryptocurrency, it's another world, something else I need to learn. Please don't do that to yourself. When the world is on the verge of freeing itself financially, you see that the Fed is talking all these interesting words in the last couple of days about what they're going to do about monetary policy. You see the stock market tanking, everything down, 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 down. Why? Because we have an artificial system based on artificial paper money. And we are about to make the biggest move ever as a human unit to real money, energy. We're moving to energy. Just sit with that for a minute. And when you imagine that you are a Bitcoin holder, I don't care how much Bitcoin you hold. I don't care if you're holding $25 a Bitcoin, which will probably be about 100,000 Satoshis, or maybe 65,000 Satoshis, somewhere around there. If you are holding $25 of Bitcoin, you are learning. You are learning. I wanted to tell Nadia yesterday at Angel, don't spend that 25,000 Satoshis because I guarantee you Someone will be watching that video from yesterday, where I gave Nadia 25,000 Satoshis because she guessed accurately in the game. And her prize, her reward, her winnings was 25,000 Satoshis. I promise you, 25,000 Satoshis is worth about $10 now. I promise you, 10 years from now, someone will watch that video, because these videos live forever. Someone will watch that video and say, 25,000 Satoshis, she just gave her $25,000. I'll bet you, I will bet you any amount of money that a Satoshi will reach dollar parity, where one Satoshi equals $1. It will happen because Bitcoin already did it. One Bitcoin equaled $1, and then one Bitcoin equaled way more than $1. And we will soon get to the place where we have dollar parity with a Satoshi, and a Satoshi will be worth $1. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time. It's not when. It's not if, it's when. And I'm telling you, if you hold Bitcoin, this doesn't work with other ones. This doesn't work from Ethereum down. It doesn't work the same. It works with Bitcoin. It's very magical. That's why we have our experiences with Bitcoin and crypto. That's why I'm doing the retreat. That's why we have Ascension. You must learn it. You must learn. If you're to thrive, you have to learn it. Otherwise, in about 10 years, there's not going to be any money at all. They're already talking about the digital dollar. They already have it. So if you don't know how it works, consider yourself lost financially. And if you think you didn't get ahead in the financial system, the old financial system, wait till they take the crappy financial system digital. And it can track you everywhere you go, and you have no out, and you have no off ramp, and you have no other way of doing it because you just didn't learn. Something big is coming. Something big is coming. And if you don't get ready, that's what the retreat is about. That's what Ascension is about. Get in Ascension and apply yourself to Ascension and stay in Ascension until you're rich. Don't jump into Ascension and come out a month. Oh, I learned so much. Get in it and stay in it until you're rich. Spiritual and rich. That's what Ascension is for. ValerieLove.com. And that's what the retreat is about in February. It starts on February 22nd. We spend the first day of the retreat in our 222 quantum experience. Everybody's quantum on 222. That is our one-day quantum event. And it's the first day of the retreat. And if you decide to stay for the next 4 days, you are going to get eye-opening, shocking information on crypto and the markets that you have never seen before that will blow your mind, as well, pardon me, as how to make passive income from crypto, passive income from NFTs. Do you understand that there are people making $100 a day right now not working? Do you understand there are people playing games right now and making $15,000 a month? Do you understand that? But I see the spiritual people not hopping on it. Oh, but the spiritual people that are hopping on it are already registered for the retreat and for the retreat. Now, 222 is all about quantum manifestation. The retreat is about crypto. All crypto, baby. NFTs. I minted my first NFT. It's all about crypto. Bitcoin. It's all about DeFi. All of it. We're going deep into all of it. And why do we do this in person? Because doing it over Zoom takes you like 10 years when you can learn something in the classroom when we're doing it together like that. That's why I love in person as a teacher. I mean, you don't send your kids to, you don't keep your kids on Zoom, do you? How well are your kids learning on Zoom? Or do they go to the classroom? You send your kids, but you don't send yourself to a classroom. All right. Who's next? Alina? I'm going to reposition into the light. So speak, Alina.
Looks like Alina has a phone call, so Fire Fairy was after her.
Hi. Good morning. God morning, my bad.
Good morning. All good. It's whatever you want to say. Hi. It's whatever you want to say.
Hello?
Okay, you go, Fire Fairy, and then we'll come back to Alina. Yeah. How you loving?
All right, so I'm loving it. I relate to this because I come from immigrants and they ended up owning land, and I grew up, with my family, providing, food for the state and the country. And I don't know, always felt like in school we were taught like that's a bad thing, and there was like a lot of prejudiceness concerning it. And even against, with my family, they'd get harassed by police. Even though it was a small town. But I'm kind of processing it because my whole family has shunned me for becoming a musician, for dropping out of college, just for living differently. They don't understand how God pays my bills. I don't worry at all. I just look the other way, straight up. And a lot of people don't understand that. And even then, as a child, I kind of felt like, if we have so much technology, why do we still have workers? Like, this is, grew up, working on that land for my own clothes and my own makeup when I was a preteen. And I was like, oh, and let me just add, the chemicals that they sprayed the food on made my family sick. And I'm pretty sure it kind of affected me in some ways. But I always thought when I was younger, like, this is modern day slavery. Why am I being told that this is normal and this is okay when there's so many resources? I mean, I saw, like, harvesting machinery. Like, there was no need for human labor. But there were other people in society who are still down with human labor. And, like, I just feel like we should be beyond that. And in the education system, they don't teach us about money, starting your own business, what your birth certificate really is. None of that. They teach us either to become office slaves or hard labor slaves. Not that, we do need people to build houses and stuff like that too, but we're entering a new era where human labor is not really even required for that too. They can just 3D print a home from recyclable components. So I guess what I was sharing is that this is scary for me. And this is a new dawn, a new era where we're kind of probably going to have to leave behind hard labor and slavery. And I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I kind of don't know what to look forward to because we've been conditioned that book can't make you money, that album can't make you money. The only way you can make money is by being dependent on other people. And I feel like that's not healthy boundaries. It's not healthy boundaries. And spirituality is all about healthy boundaries, especially mentally, because we cross our own boundaries by allowing things into our mind that are not really us. I forgot what I was just saying because everyone's sharing some beautiful stuff, but I wanted to share that my mind is going through something right now. Because a part of me wants to go back and manage the land for my family because my family is getting older now. But then a part of me wants to advocate for, like, we shouldn't be laboring anymore. Like, when we labor, like, for example, my family was treated horribly, even though people were eating the food that was on their table, and they got sick. And yet, in society, that's not seen as luxury, or you're not paid, luxury, for that. And I think a lot of the problems in our society is mental, the way we perceive things, which is why I love this lesson. Above all else, I want to see things differently. I love farmers, even though it seems like I'm talking bad about them. But I always had huge respect for my family for growing those crops because it was hard work. And then, like, the weather can sometimes ruin it. And it didn't just affect my family, it would affect the whole supply chain and the other farmers too. So I grew up learning about cause and effect and doing your part and all that. And when I would go to school, it'd be completely different. I don't know if anyone has anything to share, but I'm still struggling with that right now because I feel like I'm working off, my family's karma. Like, I feel like there's bigger things for me to do than manage property that I see as modern day slavery. Because it kind of was. My family were immigrants. They came here. They weren't paid, the same amount as other people. And the farm wasn't even theirs. And eventually, they worked a long time, probably 20, 30 years to eventually buy the property. And I want to help society see things differently. That maybe that type of hard labor was wrong. It's wrong for anyone, cause health problems. But we have machinery. Money shouldn't be going to wars and weapons. I wrote a song about this called Fuck the Future. And it's where the fuck is my UBI for funding viruses and your lives? And I just feel man, we're 50 years overdue for utopia. What the hell are we waiting for? We have so much resources, and yet because each and every single one of us look at things so differently, it can't all come together. So that's what I would like to share. But yeah, this is scary, overcoming my karma, because I might be the first person in my family that is a singer and is on Spotify and had a CD that's a jewel case. It's completely different. But I feel my ancestors would be celebrating because, like I said, it's modern day slavery, and modern day slavery still continues even in highly developed countries. None of this is right. I feel the way so many people are overworked. It's a violation of boundaries. Money is so easy to call to you when you're doing what you love and when it's something that's natural. But this whole workforce, this system of pain and suffering, it's very unnatural. And it messes with your feelings, and your feelings are your energy, and your energy determines your life. And I feel this whole thing is done purposely, and it's a huge mind fuck from stopping us, from all of us, from being wealthy. There's always a higher and better and more prosperous, luxurious way of doing things. I totally don't agree with Congress. And Congress, they basically fight over religion and whose God is better, and nothing ever gets solved. That's what I've seen my whole life. It's basically a bunch of religious people thinking that they know what's best for the people when really God does, and they don't even listen to God. They're so concerned about I am right, and I see that in my own consciousness. I see that in all of our consciousness. And above all else, I want to see things differently. And I was practicing this exercise yesterday. I was telling myself, above all else, I want to see that God is in love with me. This is work. It's work, but it's work that is everlasting, because you're going to take the progress you learn with the Course in Miracles into your next life. And I love that. In fact, it reminds you of your life before this one too, because when we all die, it all comes back to this. Oh my God, I created all of this. And above all else, I want to see things differently. And I feel that we can each, not that it's a responsibility for us, but when we see things differently, the people around us see things differently too. And then when we talk about how we see things differently, then everyone else gets to see things differently too. And it's so much more simpler than what the doubts and the voices in our head make it out to be. I'm really excited for my life journey. I'm complete.
Fireberry, one of the things I love about you, you just have this incredible innocence and childlike wonder and spirit. I just love that. You didn't get jaded, even growing up and all these different things happening. And wow, you had a lot of experiences in your life that were really, really big. And you kept your innocence and your child, your inner child, the wonder and the. I love you, Fireberry. I love you.
But what inspired me though was how my family were immigrants, and they were working for the owner of the property, and then eventually they end up, inheriting the property. So I don't know, it just blows my mind. Like, it wasn't as bad, as people were making it, people were telling me it was. I was like, well, but they came here and started a whole new future. And now, own these crops. Like, wow. And then from going back in the days of indigenous, when the Spaniards came to Mexico and they fled, and then up till now, then eventually, indigenous people are not going to have to work like how they used to. I mean, if we all want it that way, I feel like it should be that way. Like, God, we let this karma go. We are not this karma.
Mm-hmm. Ashe. I'm ready to let labor go because I learned a long time ago, labor is not required. It really is not. All this hustle, hustle harder, hustle, hustle, hustle even harder, go, 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 go. That's a very Western way of looking at the world. And even beyond Western is probably even more American. Because you go to other countries, they're taking long vacations. They don't work all the time like Americans do. They can luxuriate. They can go, it's a different mindset. The mindset in America is different. Not better, worse. I don't call any of it bad or good. It's different. You choose. What do you want? All of it's on the buffet before you. Luxury or poverty? Abundance or lack, love or fear, heaven or hell. They're all in front of you. You choose. You choose. I think Alina is next. Alina, and then we'll go to our card for the day. Talk to us, Alina.
Hello.
Hey. Hey.
Peace. Peace to the room. Peace to everyone. Oh, my goodness. Guys, see, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. You're always giving people stuff. So today, when you were talking about luxury, and it just brought back to me, my daughter asks me questions all the time because we need to bring it back to our family. My grandmother did not work, and she tried to tell her daughters about not working. And I used to ask my grandmother, I should say, when I had my daughter, I tried what she told me. She was just telling me to go within. So I was breastfeeding my daughter. I had a midwife and all that kind of stuff. She was like teaching me different things. And I would be surprised what was people were giving to me, especially my daughter's father. It was just like lavish stuff was happening for me all the time. I don't know what made me feel like I had to start labor all the time. I don't know where I got that from. My mother she had 35 karat gold glasses. My mother had a decorator
So
house.
can we pause for a moment there? Can we pause for a moment there? This is a beautiful question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we can.
Have you received the answer to that question? That I experience people in luxury and I experience people giving me gifts. What made me choose labor?
I did find that out yesterday. I'm glad you asked me that. At one point, I remember after my grandmother died, and I remember that's when I started feeling I was just left with my mom and my aunts, and because my grandmother, I still continued to keep working my businesses and stuff. So yeah, I think when I left my husband, that's what happened. When I still, when my grandmother died, I still was working for myself. I worked for myself from the 70s all the way up until 2010. I lived different places. I remember when I came back to visit, came back to California in 2011. I remember somebody asking me, when you gonna get yourself together? And I was really thinking I had myself together because I had bought property. I had lived different places where I wanted to live. My kids had rich experiences. I was able to homeschool my children. I really thought I had lived a great life. And I remember going around those people and remember saying, a rolling stone don't gather no moss. Then I said, well, what the fuck I want with some moss? You know? And I remember the lady who been knowing me all my life, she said, when you gonna get yourself together? And I was thinking, well, I need to get myself together. So I went and got a stupid ass job, actually.
So, question. That happened at the same time that your husband and you went your own separate ways? You all decided to go your own ways?
Yeah, I left him in 2008, and I still was not abiding with jobs like that. I still left him in 2008. I went to Louisiana, stayed there a little while.
So what was the shift? What made you say, after decades of being your own woman, what made you say, I'm going to get a job? Not accusing yourself, not blaming yourself, simply awareness. What made me say that and do that? What was the thought behind the thought, as Dr. G was said the other day? What was the thought that caused that action?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me just get the person, let the person in, somebody come to do some work, and I'm gonna come back in the room. Just give me 1 moment, okay?
Okay. And family.
Somebody knocking at my door.
Okay, excellent. Yes, let them in. And family, while Alina does that, yes, and Alina, mute your line so that we can, because we have sound. Beautiful. While Alina does that, who's next on stage? Nadia. You're up. Good morning.
Okay, I'm here. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was on the earth to speak up. I really didn't even have anything to say, honestly. I just felt like I should say something because you kept saying my name, and I just was like, I kept cringing a bit. I was like, oh my gosh, you keep saying my name.
How old are you, Nadia? How old are you? How old are you?
I'll be 20 in March.
Yay, you'll be 20 in March. Yay.
Yeah.
You got a birthday coming up, so you're 19.
Yeah.
And you're on your spiritual path.
Yeah.
Wow. What's one thing you've learned so far from A Course in Miracles while you've been here for 28 days? I don't know if you've been here for 28 days. What's one thing that's really spoke to you? Wow.
I've been wanting to speak since lesson 4. I had something to say, and then I was just like, I kept getting on stage, and then I kept getting off.
So lesson 4, you wanted to say something, but you didn't want to come on stage?
No. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're on stage now. Yay, everybody give it up for Nadia being on stage. Woohoo!
Thank you, beautiful, for coming to the stage. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. But honestly, something that I really learned is thoughts. That was the main thing that I've loved that we've been talking about, our thoughts, and how for me personally, I have I call them intrusive thoughts, if anybody kind of understands what that means, but I have a lot of those, and basically thoughts that I don't want, or that I don't feel like I should be thinking anybody should think, and it's just so learning that those thoughts don't mean anything has been something really, really big for me. So yeah, that.
Nadia, what you just spoke is a huge life lesson, that all of our intrusive thoughts mean nothing. Because when we have the intrusive thoughts, oh my God, that might happen, it's almost like an attack. And what we learned is that this thought is an attack thought upon myself, and then we can choose. Congratulations.
All right.
If I had known this, if I had had this when I was 19, do you know I wouldn't have been half as crazy as I was in my life?
Yes. Oh my God, I love you. I can't wait to meet you. I Like I'll look at everybody's picture, like, oh my God, I love her. Like literally everybody. I love everybody. So yeah, that's it, and I'm complete. Oh, and thank you for my satoshis. Yeah, those.
Hello, Nadia. Hold on to them 25,000 satoshis. You never know what that might be worth that could be your whole retirement plan right there. Them 25,000 satoshis, the way Bitcoin is. Don't pay attention that Bitcoin is down right now. It's all good. You know, Bitcoin is down right now, but really, is it really down? It's 30-something thousand dollars from zero. Is that really down? I mean, we have to put things into perspective here, family. We have to put things into perspective. Let's also go to Mysterious Spell, and as we continue on stage, go to Mysterious Spell. Mysterious Spell, you left a really good message, and I want to read this message. I just started learning about crypto and Coinbase. Then I got this new phone, and I can't even get into Coinbase because my phone is not compatible with it. So I can't even see where my money is gaining. This is very interesting. And then Mysterious Spell, I see the next message that you wrote, which is really good. While I am opening and I am willing to accept help on getting into or getting me where I need to be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. I love it, and emotionally, because we're all about freedom here, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, right? The financial piece must be in place. I'm telling you, I've been working on that thing for decades, still working on it, for it to be pristine and completely aligned with divine mind. So this is what I want to say, Mysterious Spell. And this is what I want to say to everyone. If you are trying to do it on your own, you're probably not going to do it. Because if you were going to make yourself wealthy, wouldn't you have already done it? If you were going to make yourself, you know the things that make yourself wealthy. Save money and invest. You know what makes you wealthy. If you had the wherewithal right now to make yourself wealthy, wouldn't you have already done it? And if you didn't do it, it means there must be something I don't know. There must be something I have to learn. That's why I go to coaches. I'm about to go to another group right now in March. I'm about to go to a conference. I'm going to go to several conferences this year, actually. I'm about to go to a conference for me. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be the dumbest one in the room. The best way to learn is to go and be the dumbest one in the room. And what does that mean? That everybody in the room knows more about the thing than you. You will learn so much in like 2 days. I am about to go and sit in a room full of people who are traders, investors. They're all Bitcoiners, of course. And I'm about to learn some things that my mind never even thought of. I realize that if I'm not where I desire to be, then there's probably something I don't know. I must go find out. I got to get help. Like A Course in Miracles told us, you can't get out of your own mind by yourself. You need help. So I just want to offer that to you, Mysterious Spell. If you feel aligned with what we talk about here, join Ascension. And I know what people say, is Ascension, it can cost money. Why wouldn't a person, this is my thought, if I'm going to go to a conference, why wouldn't I make the conference pay for itself? In other words, I'm going to do the thing that they tell me to do, and then I'm going to make the money that will pay for the course. It's that simple. It's a decision. You see, when you stop messing around and when you stop fooling around and you get really, really real about the thing, you'll do the thing. You will bust through all your barriers. You will go find the right coach. You will go find the right conferences. You will find everything and you will do it. And if you don't see yourself doing that, you may not be ready yet. Alina, are you back yet?
Yes, I've been back.
Okay, so tell us, what happened? I'm curious.
I'm learning something. Every time you talk to somebody else, though, I'm learning something.
Yes, because there's only one of us in the room, so we're all one. So we're all working through and learning things together, right? Which is beautiful.
We're learning things together.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what was the flip? I'm very curious about the turning point.
The flip was, I remember Spirit telling me not to go back to California. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly.
Yeah, and when I went back there, that's when I got into the work syndrome. That's when I went back there. But I remember.
But remember, beloved, remember, and this is for all of us. a situation cannot force a thought. It's the other way around. So if you go into your mind, maybe California was a trigger. But if you go into your mind and you say, what was the thought?
I remember Spirit telling me something before I was even when I started having those thoughts of I need to do this and I need to do that.
What were the thoughts? That's exactly what I'm asking. What were those thoughts? What were they? I need to do what? I need to get a job?
What do I need to do? What am I gonna do? I was staying in my own place, everything. I was like, where I'm gonna go, what am I gonna do?
What was causing you to ask those questions? You were in your own place. Were you in a situation that was unfavorable?
Yes, I had always been able to.
No, pause, beloved. Stay with me, beloved. Stay with me. And just answer the questions laser. We're going to do laser coaching. Were you in a favorable or an unfavorable situation?
Unfavorable situation.
Okay, you were in an unfavorable situation. You were in California in an unfavorable situation.
No, I was in Texas.
Okay, so you were in Texas. Okay, so wherever you were in an unfavorable situation.
Yes.
Okay, you were dissatisfied. You began asking yourself questions like, what am I supposed to be doing? How do I, where am I going? What's my next move? Were those the questions you were asking?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened in your mind? What happened in your mind?
In my mind, I got this answer, but I didn't pay the answer no attention.
Okay, what was the answer? Tell us the answer. What was the answer?
The mind is electric. The tongue is prophetic. The body's magnetic. Love is elective. And life is subjective. I'll never forget that answer.
Okay, there was your answer. Now, what did you say the very next thing after you received the answer? Then what did you do? Where did your mind go?
I started saying, well, then I'm speaking this on myself. I started saying, well, you should have this. I started thinking like, okay, well, maybe I should have whatsoever I'm saying. Maybe I should be saying different things. And I was trying to put it all together. And then I was trying to bring it all together.
But then what was the part that made you say, I'm going to get a job and not listen to what the voice told me? Because the voice gave you the answer, yet the answer had to be decoded. Family, do you understand when you talk to spirit, it's not speaking in language that we understand. We must decipher it. We must meditate on it, reflect on it, be still and know, let it go into the heart. What does this mean, spirit? We're seeking truth. We're in it. We're journaling about it. We're looking at it. We're being with it. So that we're unlocking locks. Locks are unlocking. That will unlock your whole life, not just your current situation, right? So something in you said, I'm not listening to that. Is that what happened? I'm going to do something else.
No, then the opportunity came up. I'll never forget that. You're making me think now. Opportunity came up, and I downsized because my son had moved. I said, okay, I'll downsize. And so then my friends came, and they moved me.
I want to get straight to the part that made you think that you had to get a job. What was that thought? Because that's the thought that you still are working with now.
My electricity was cut off.
Okay.
That's what happened. My electricity
No, beloved, close your eyes. Close your eyes. And this is an inner experience. So what I hear, and this is what I hear from many people, this is not unusual. What I hear are the outer experiences, the circumstances. I hear circumstances. I was working, I was in this place, my mom had this, that person had that. I was in California, I was in Texas, my son was there, then the people left, and the people came, and I hear circumstances. Then my electricity got cut off. That's a circumstance. And all circumstances are effects. That means the effect came from a thought or a series of thoughts, a pattern of thinking that is in my mind. And this pattern of thinking that is in my mind is producing according to its kind. So family, please don't listen to Alina and think about this. This is about Alina. This is about you, boo. This is about me. As I'm listening to Alina, I'm looking at myself, right? About Alina, I did the exact same thing. Janine can tell you. I did the exact same thing. I asked a question about the money. I called the assembly of angels together. I got the answer, that the answer was this. I didn't want that answer because the heaven answer, how am I going to, we think it's not practical, whatever. So the lower mind dismisses the heaven answer. And then I went and did something else. And of course, got evicted. It didn't work. Now, and my thought behind it was, that won't work for me. That's my thought. That won't work for me. Spirituality won't work to put money in my bank account because I didn't think God had anything to do with physicality. That God stopped that spirit and that I had to get into, as Fire Fairy said, labor. I didn't think money was spiritual. I thought it stopped. No, God stops here and money starts here. It's two different worlds. Do you see that? My thoughts were the problem. So I want to know, beloved, if you have yet identified the thought or the series of thoughts that caused you to get a job, because it's the same series of thoughts that are active right now, keeping you in a job.
Fear.
There you
was
go.
That thought. I remember feeling afraid.
Fear. And what were you afraid of?
I was afraid I was going to be destitute on the street.
And was that really a fear that I'm not loved and I'm not taken care of by God?
Yeah.
Is that a level of unlovability, that I'm unlovable? I'm unloved. Therefore, if I'm unloved, I'm unlovable. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm asking to see if there's any.
I felt that way because I always felt like, well, you got to have your own back, because when my grandmother died, nobody pretty much seemed like in my family cared about me, even my mom. So I was like, you got to have your own back. Now what you going to do, And my mother was like, you sure can't come here, So,
what about God has your back?
Yeah, God has my back. And then the people that I was around in church started saying, well, you got to go do something. You can't just keep living just thinking you can live off of your skills. I was like, why not? I did ask the question, why not?
Alina.
Yeah, it was fear.
Okay. Let me ask you this question.
Yes, ma'am.
If the fear was running the show, which many times in my life, fear ran the show. I mean, it ran the show. If fear is running the show, and this is what I've asked myself over the years, this is a question that I've asked myself over the years, and I'm telling you, the fear came up anytime I'm doing something big. The fear comes up when I'm getting ready to buy something, like a big purchase. Fear comes up when I'm getting ready to make a big commitment. Fear comes up when I'm getting ready to, let's say when I was getting ready to move to Mexico. Fear comes, a terror came up and seized my soul when I was about to move to Mexico. And this is what I asked myself. And I will be right in the middle of fear. I put myself purposely in situations where I will be afraid. Because I want to pump myself into God. Well, I ask myself this question every time I'm in a fear experience. And if you're not in any fear experience, you're just not doing anything big enough. Do bigger shit. Well, in this experience that I had when I was making a move, and I knew something about my life was changing because I was leaving the United States behind. I knew something big was happening. I knew it. I could feel it. You can feel when you're doing something big, can't you? You can feel it like, this is big. I don't even know what the ramifications of this will be. I do know 10, 20 years from now, I will look back at this and this will be a watershed moment. I do know that. What I'm doing right now, this is a big move I'm making right now. Terror came up. And you know what I ask myself every time the terror comes up? Okay, I'm feeling terror now, but is my life about love or is it about fear? What's my life about? And I just ask myself, what did you decide, Val? And I give myself room to say, well, right now it's about fear, and I'm just going to go and be a punk and sit on the sofa and just let life punk me. That's never the answer. I give myself room to have that answer. That's never the answer, because I'm a spiritual gangster. Being punked ain't the answer. It ain't never going to be the answer, because fear is a liar. So I have to ask myself, what is your life about? Is your life about love, or is your life about fear? What did you choose, Casey? And I say Valerie because Kaisi don't have these issues. Kaisi is always right. Kaisi is the aspiration. Valerie is the one that has, the human self is the one that's having all these experiences. And then I have to say, my life is about love. That's my name. My life is about love. Then what would love do? Well, that's easy. Love would do this. Then do that. You see, so no problem with feeling the fear. Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm going to say it again. Courage is not the absence of fear. You're looking at courageous, bold people and we're thinking they don't have fear. When all we're noticing or observing is that they are doing it even with the fear. They're still doing it. Fear just didn't stop them. They just found a way for fear not to be paralyzing or limiting, or to keep us in a place where we know we're not supposed to be. So what are you hearing, Alina? What are you hearing?
Yeah. Wow. So even I was afraid to buy the ticket. I bought the ticket for Chris from Richards because it called me. And then when I did it, I was shaking. I bought the ticket. I said, this is my opening. She lowered the ticket. This is my opening. Because I prayed about it. So I said, okay, this is my opening. I need to get it. When I got it, I felt some type of way because I've always been called that. When people would get healed around me or different things, I was always called, a witch. And then they used to say, I was suffer not a witch to live. Like it was a curse. So I guess I've always been afraid of my gifts. I've always been afraid of mine. That's what it seems like. I've always been afraid of what I was going to become. As a result, if I was just going to keep following spirit, what was I going to become? When I could become this spectacle, what would happen? Because I was always alienated, and it seemed like, I'm still alienated, so it didn't change anything. So when you break it down, I think about all the things that I was afraid of. I was experiencing those things anyway. People being aloof from me.
Ding, ding, ding. The fears must come upon us, right? Unless we shift it.
So the same thing is happening whether I have a job or not. People still alienate themselves from me. People still call me a witch.
And a job ain't going to change that. And you said something very powerful, Alina. You said the answer. Because all of us have our own answers inside. That's why I don't give people answers. I ask questions. And they come to their own answers because everyone's God, right? And if we are ever going to say anything to anyone, we always ask, may I offer you something? Because God doesn't need anything. We know everybody's God. You have all your answers. You have all your answers from your inner teacher, as it's called in A Course in Miracles, higher self, holy guardian angel, whatever you desire to call it. Here is what you said, Alina. That was the answer to your whole thing. You were not afraid of being destitute. And you are not afraid of not being taken care of. You were afraid, which I find many witches are, witches, wizards, warlocks, and magical beings. You were afraid of your own power and what would it look like if you really walked the path with Source and really became all that you're here to become. And if people only saw glimpses of it and saying they were protesting to the little glimpses of it that they saw, if you came into your full-blown powers, what would that mean? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid of my own power. I really am.
There you have it, and so am I. Anyone else on stage willing to acknowledge, well, I'm afraid of my own power on some level, because otherwise I'd be freaking powerful. I'd be a god.
Baby, you are talking to me. Like, at this whole morning has been so amazing. Every single share resonated with me. I can't even tell you how many times I hit the little clip button and like save the video to my phone because I wanted those last 30 seconds. Like, so much has hit upon me today, and I'm just like, it's like I get the wake the fuck up moment, then I get the but be still the no moment. And then I get the I am that I am moment. Then I get the, ooh, why haven't you built your empire yet? So I have so many emotions just swirling around me. And I'm probably going to need a nap and like some meditation afterwards to come back to center, because everything that was said on this call has resonated with me on such a deep level. I'm so grateful for today. I'm so grateful for all the shares. And just know I'm so excited for these 365 days, because life is going to look so different by the end of the year. I'm certain of that. And even yesterday, my favorite quote of today, which was like an Oprah Winfrey tweetable moment, was when you said, choose luxury is the same vibration. It's the same ease as choosing limitation. Now, my mom, she's turning 60 this year, and she wanted to do a Shelly Sail Away Sexy 60-something cruise. So she picked this 3-day cruise, and yeah, I wasn't excited. I'm excited about celebrating with my mom, but I was not excited about the cruise aspect of it. And my friend was like, oh, you a bougie traveler now. So when I'm looking at this 3-day cruise, and I was booking it last night, and even though I'm a travel agent, so I can get commission on my own bookings, I was still looking at this like, maybe I should get this stateroom. Then I was like, nah, girl, you know how small those staterooms are. Go ahead and get the ocean view. And you know how hard it was for me to get myself that ocean view. And now after listening to this call, it was like, girl, you should have got the balcony. But like for me, just getting the ocean view was something that took a lot out of me. Not that I did not have the money to get the ocean view, but when you have to make the decision or the choice to do for yourself. Now if I was getting somebody else's room, oh yeah, I would have probably gotten the balcony. But when it comes to myself, I'm like, ooh, I should get the stateroom. And when I called my brother to book his, now my brother got money, and I asked him if he wanted the stateroom or the ocean view. He was like, well, what's the difference? It was like $100 difference, period. Not per person, not per day, just $100 difference. He was like, hell no, give me the stateroom. So I was like, maybe I should have gotten the stateroom. So it's just funny how we choose for ourselves less than. And I always choose for myself less than. And after today's call, it's like I never want to choose less than again, because that was me picking my limitations. And even though I went somewhere in the middle, it was still limiting. So I'm really grateful for today's conversation.
Thank you so much, Kaisi. And thank you for sharing that, Harmony. I really appreciate it. This is really helping me.
I like to say I'm really grateful for Nadia. I am so impressed with you, little girl, big girl. You know, and Kaisi, the same thing. If I was doing this work at 19, you know where I would be today? Oh my gosh.
Girl, we would be floating. We wouldn't even be touching the ground. We would be floating.
Keep going, little girl. I love
you. And you know, Alina, and also Dia is saying it too. That's my issue for sure. Afraid of my own power. That's my issue. Afraid of my own power. That's what will keep. That's sort of like a rubber band. That's what I'm seeing in consciousness. I'm seeing a rubber band, and you keep trying to stretch that rubber band. A rubber band on, let's say a rubber band is on your hands, and you want to take your hands way up here, right? You have a rubber band around both your hands, so your hands can only stretch as far as you can get that rubber band to stretch. That rubber band is fear of being great, fear of your own power. I haven't met a witch yet that doesn't have it. I haven't met a witch yet that doesn't have it once we dug deeper, deeper, deeper. I don't know no witches that's afraid of other people. I don't know no witches really, truly, not really. I don't know no witches that are really afraid of things befalling them. I don't know any witches that are really afraid of losing this or losing that. We lost a lot of stuff and we got it back even more. I do know witches that are afraid of their own power. Lord, if I unleash this, what in the world is going to happen? I have to take y'all have to watch this video. I'm about to, I can't go on screen share right now because I'm on my iPad. I switched devices. I'm going to tell y'all where y'all have got to, when I say got to, you have got to go to, because this whole thou shalt not suffer a witch to live and all that kind of stuff is crap, it's bullshit. Y'all have got to go. First of all, they don't even understand that the word witch in their own Bible, they don't even understand what that means or where it came from, or the translations. I don't know why people just want to be dumb. And when you don't have to be, I call it willful ignorance. You don't have to be dumb anymore. You can look it up. Well, Black Witch Yaya. Does anyone watch Black Witch Yaya? Does anyone watch Black Witch Yaya? She's on YouTube and she's on Instagram. She's one of my favorite witches. Anybody watch?
I learned about her from you.
Okay. I'm about to put, we have a page that's brewing on the Christian Witches website, and it's going to be Witches We Love. And Black Witch Yaya is definitely one of them on the list. I'm going to start with like 10 or 20 witches that are like amazing. Well, Black Witch Yaya, I was watching her last night, and was I falling out at this story? Black Witch Yaya told this story, and I was like, there it is right there, but people don't want to see it. Black Witch Yaya told this story about how her boyfriend is also a worker. He's a magical practitioner. And so I believe this was one of his clients. But anyway, he was giving tarot readings. Well, we don't know if it's her boo or not, but the person that was doing this was Jeffrey. So let's just call him Jeffrey. Jeffrey was giving tarot readings to this young lady. And it was a young lady, sort of like Nadia, remind me of Nadia. She was young. She was like 19, 20, in that range, right? And her father wanted to be a pastor. The name of this video, when you go to Black Witch Yaya's YouTube channel, the name of this video is The Pastor and the Warlock. Please watch this. Oh my God, love her, Black Witch Yaya. Watch this on her YouTube, okay? Watch this on her YouTube. And she told this story about how Jeffrey was giving these readings, tarot readings, to this young lady. She was like 20 or whatever. Well, anyway, her father was trying to be a pastor, and he wanted to start a church, he wanted to bring the word to people, he wanted to preach. And so he found it, he was under his mentor. He had a mentor, of course, right? And so he was, listening to his mentor and whatnot. And then he found out some kind of way that his daughter, he burst in the room when his daughter was having a tarot reading, what's going on, because they would do these tarot sessions. And she was an ongoing client of this tarot reader, Jeffrey, and Jeffrey was helping her, and guidance, right? Guidance, because that's why we do tarot every day, is guidance. Well, anyway, the father, who's the pastor, who's learning, he's in the training to have his own church and all that. He's like, what? He finds out she's having tarot readings. He goes off. Oh my God, that's not but the devil. They warned me about this. They warned me that as I was rising, the devil would try to get me. All the things Christians say. Well, anyway, he told her, stop it, cut it off. Then he goes and he blocks the number in the phones, right? And somehow the number was in his phone too. I don't know how somehow they were able to see the number or whatever the case may be. He blocks the number. Forbids her to call. You need to be getting to your Bible, get with Jesus, go to church, Bible study, all the things they tell you. Anyway, she was like, oh my God, she's really on her spiritual path, and she really wants to be into her spiritual path. Yet she knows that if she's on her spiritual path and then her dad becomes this famous pastor, that's going to be really bad look for her, because she's going to be over here with tarot cards and getting readings, and she can't really do that. That's not going to be a good look. So she was like, okay, let me not slice up his dream, right? So she was like, let me let that go, and let me just do what my dad wants me to do, right? So anyway, the dad, he gets the storefront, and he gets the little space. He fixes up the space with the pews and everything for the church. He's preaching on Sundays. He starts his church preaching. Nobody's coming. He keeps preaching. Nobody's coming. He's preaching. Like few family members come here and there. He's preaching. He gets so discouraged. He gets so upset. He's like, oh, it's not working. He's talking to his mentor. He's not getting where he needs to be. Well, one day, he remembers that number of Jeffrey, the tarot reader, in his phone. And he called it. And he called Jeffrey, and Jeffrey was like, this is so-and-so, so-and-so's father. Oh, okay. Well, just know I haven't talked to your daughter. We respected your beliefs and what you are about. And so I didn't have any more conversations with your daughter if you're concerned with that. He said, no, I wasn't really asking. I wasn't really calling for that. He said, oh, well, what were you calling for? He said, I was calling for, listen to this. do you know anything about how you could help, how you could get more people to come to church? Like, that's how he was asking it. He wasn't asking it like, come bless my church, or come get some put some mojo on my church, or can you do something? He was kind of asking it in a way that didn't make himself feel so super guilty, right? Like, can you help me? Because he kind of got the sense that Jeffrey could help. And Jeffrey was like, okay, well, tell me what you want. He was like, okay, I'm not going to be mad at me that this man was trying to go off and say tarot readers are the devil and all that. I'm just going to help the man, right? So, because I mean, witches and magical practitioners, we hear that kind of shit all the time, only from Christians. And only the crazy Christians, not all Christians, only the real Jesus freaks. And you already know what you're going to get from a Jesus freak. So anyway, he said, well, tell me what you want. What do you need? He said, well, I have this idea about prosperity, and I see all these people coming in that have this gift in my spirit to speak. And I know I'm anointed by God to do this, but the people just not coming in. Is there anything you can do? Because when you get kind of desperate, you'll do anything. Well, Jeffrey said, well, he started asking him some questions. Well, what kind of spirits do you work with? Did you ask your people, your spirits and spirit realms? Like, he was trying to ask him, like, what are your powers that you're working with? Because Jeffrey knows who he's working with. He's either working with the Orisha or whatever his powers are, right? I know what powers I work with, and I call it the spirit team in the book How to Be a Christian. What's your spirit team? Like, what about your powers? Did you go and ask them, like, who are you working with in the upper realms? Jesus? Who is your people? Right? And he was kind of like, he didn't have no answer. And then, Jesus, I love Jesus. Yeah, but who are you working with? You see, the work is different than just loving Jesus. I'm talking about working with as allies, as spiritual allies. Who are your spiritual allies? He didn't have that answer to that question. He was like, well, do you have any kind of signs or sigils? Did you go in and bless the space? Did you fill the space with your intention? I mean, Jeffrey started breaking down all the stuff. And the pastor was clueless. He was like, no, I didn't do any of that. So the pastor was like, can you help me? I love this story because this happens all the time. But the Jesus freaks would tell you something different. But the story gets better. So he has Jeffrey meet him at the church, right? On an off time when nobody's there. And they got to sneak in and do this covert occult work on the church. Okay, so here he comes, and Jeffrey is like, okay, well, I tell you what, I am going to ask who I work with to bless this space for prosperity, because he was talking about prosperity. He wanted to prosper, and he wanted all his people to prosper, and he wanted to grow. So he got the man's intention, the pastor's intention. That's why this video is called The Pastor and the Warlock. I'm not giving you all the details, Black Witch, y'all. I'm giving you all the details. I'm giving you the Cliff Notes version. Okay, bottom line is, Jeffrey did the work. She'll tell you exactly what work he did. Jeffrey did the work. The pastor was happy. All the people started coming in. Yeah. Then, this is the best part. And some other things happened. A lot more happened in this story. You got to watch this video. Next thing you know, this is where the story gets even better. He gets his mega church in like record time. Like a year, he has a mega church, right? Because, I mean, they worked on this. They put sigils. They pull back the carpet and put sigils on the ground, on the floor. You don't know what's on the church floor or what they put in the walls before they painted it, and before that, you don't know what's drawn on the plaster and on the drywall before they covered it up. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, so come time for the big pastors convention. So he goes to the pastors convention with the other pastors, and they're sitting around talking. And then the pastors start talking about guidance and where do they get their spiritual guidance. And they start asking him, where are you getting your spiritual guidance? He has to have the Catholic Christian approved answer. Well, from my mentor, the one who's also a bishop pastor of a big church. They were like, no, like, who do you really get your guidance from? Like, where else do you go? And he was like, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. That's where I get it. He was denying everything because he would never tell anybody that he was working with a root worker, a warlock, to grow his church. He would have never said that. So he He said the other pastors were looking at him like sideways, like, how you get a mega church so fast, right? Because they know it takes years and years and years and years to build a mega church. But all of a sudden, people started coming, people started coming, people started coming. And then when the people were coming, as Black Witch Yaya was telling it, that it wasn't just that people were coming, like the perfect people were coming, right? The attention was unfolding because, you know, they're not thinking about energy and intention and all of that. Well, anyway, here he is with a group of pastors. And one of the pastors said, well, I'll tell you where I get my guidance from. I get my guidance from this particular tarot reader who gives guidance. Like, we already know the presidents have astrologers. We already know this. We know they have astrologers. I think there was only probably one or two of the first ladies that were out and said, yeah, I have an astrologer come and tell us what to do. We already know they're using astrology. They're using the ancient Hermetic arts. We know they're using occult means, even occult means to control humanity. We already know people who know the occult and they're using the occult. Okay, so the other pastor said, and he was shocked. He was like, what? You get tarot readings? Isn't that the devil? Like, he's trying to test the waters, right, with these other pastors. And I was like, no, that's not the devil. You don't understand. You know, and the other pastors started breaking it down to him because he was feeling so guilty. He was like, okay, and finally came clean. And then one of the pastors took a little mojo bag out of his pocket. He said, yeah, because I have this little mojo bag because a witch made this for me with some herbs and some crystals. And every time I preach and, you know, I have it in my pocket, it works, you know. And then here go the pastor. Okay, he came clean. Okay. I did have somebody come to my church and they put the sigils around and I get guidance from them. And it was incredible that in that circle, they all knew intention. They all knew tarot. They knew crystals. And the pastor asked them, but how do you do this and not be hypocritical? Because we tell people don't do this. And they said, it's very simple. Well, I'll let Black Witch Yaya give you the answer. Do you hear what I'm talking about? That people are afraid of their own power. Because what if with the stream is back now. Pardon me on the stream. Here is the thing that I want to answer. I want to answer a couple of questions and then we're going to get our card for the day. It is not the lovers and it is a beautiful card for the day. On 222, I'm planning a great release. I am what I am. I will live on purpose in my purpose and give others that confidence. That's right. Angel. That's what mine says. I'm red spectral moon. I am guided by my own power double. Come on, Angel. That is it. Here's the deal, family. Here's what I want to say. Your powers are waiting for you. They're right here waiting for you. At any moment that you decide, today is the day I be great, build the empire, create, be the big being I came here to be. Today's the day. You can do it at any moment. And time is ticking. So it's not like you got forever. Time is ticking. Okay? You ain't got forever. Mysterious Spell, I'll give you the answer. Mysterious Spell, I know you said that you do. Oh, Harmony?
No, I was just gonna let you know that like Princess hadn't had the opportunity to speak yet.
Oh, thank you so much. So Lake Princess goes next. And here's the deal, family. Mysterious Spell, we have programs for that. If you're just watching on YouTube, I invite you deeper. I invite you to come. And I don't want to say just watching on YouTube, because watching on YouTube is beautiful. It's a beautiful first step. Watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, joining the conversation on Clubhouse. It's a beautiful first step. You got to embed yourself in spiritual community. You got to get up and move with the community. When the herd is moving to Miami. Come to Miami. The herd is going to New Orleans in May. And in New Orleans in May, the tickets are flying like crazy. I think we might sell out the Christian Witches Convention on this pay what you like ticket, because how many ticket sales are gone already? Amazing. Amazing. And we exceeded how many people were at the first Christian Witches Convention the first day I made the announcement. And I just made the announcement yesterday. Family, as of today, January 28th, 2022, the Christian Witches Convention is still pay what you like. It will change, or it may sell out. I don't know the date it will change. It is pay what you like, $50 minimum. Anything over $50. It could be 55, it could be 5,000, it could be 200, it could be 222, it could be 333. It could be any number you want over $50. And each person requires a ticket. If you're 18 and over, you require a ticket. Kids don't require tickets. Bring all the kids, all the magical kids. 18 and over, each person requires a ticket. Go to christianwitches.com right now. Get your ticket. And we can't do no cheaper than $50. And when that pay what you like introductory special goes away, don't complain. Either you got your ticket or you didn't. Don't complain. Either if it's for you, it's for you. It is or it isn't. Okay? Don't complain. Lake Princess, how you loving?
Hi. I had written what I wanted to write down. So during the Clubhouse, I went back into my gratitude journal and I looked at some prompts, and it told me to look what lesson had I learned that I'm grateful for, and then that turned into a shadow work question, and it got me. It took me from the tone of the vibration of gratitude to the vibration of misery, because it's a very personal thing that I've gone through my whole life. It's basically the lesson that I learned is that people will treat you, particularly men, will treat you how you allow them to. I wanted to talk about my gratitude journal and then in my root chakra work, and then it turned into this topic.
No, tell us about your gratitude. That's beautiful. Tell us about your gratitude.
Yeah. I don't know why that gratitude prompt really got me emotional. It's just that I'm like grateful for my mom. She's sacrificed so much. Like, I remember a childhood memory that's really precious to me. She came from a long night of work from her night shift just to bring me cupcakes to school for my birthday, and that's like one of my happiest memories with her. To tell you, to be honest, like I still remember the look on her face when she held up the cupcakes in the little Publix bags and was like, "Here you go." And I just feel like I've been being down on myself. I'm 25 without a degree yet. I'm not where I want to be, and I'm telling myself that.
Okay, pause for a moment. What was the gratitude? I didn't hear the gratitude part. What was the part in the gratitude? Before you went to misery, it's all good. Because sometimes we can go, we went to gratitude. Your mom gave you the beautiful, yes, continue on the gratitude. Tell us the gratitude first.
My loving aunt, my godmother, she was there for me. She brought me to church every Sunday when I needed that religious, biblical background. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't know much about the Bible. She's a deaconess and everything. She's very kind. As I got older, she used to give me life lessons, wisdom about how to deal with people, how to talk to people, how to set boundaries. My mother, it was very hard for her. I mean, for her, it's just that she
Stay in the gratitude part. Stay in the gratitude part.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And like, despite everything, like, I can still see the cup half full, and I feel like tears about to come, and I just feel that it's just, I feel that sometimes I'm battling all the negative stuff that I've always tried to talk out, and I try to look at everything that.
Stay in the gratitude part. Stay in the gratitude part. Stay in the gratitude. I'm just trying to get you to stay in gratitude for 16 seconds. Because if we can do it for 16 seconds or 17 seconds, just stay in the gratitude for 17 seconds. That's all. Because then you're going to start creating something different. Stay in the gratitude. Tell us the gratitude part again. Tell us more about the gratitude part again.
I'm grateful for the two friends, the people I can call my friends that I have, that I can call them or text them anytime. And they can give me like their little life lessons, their wisdom. They're like slightly older than me, like not even 3 or 5 years, but like they always tell me what I should do. Like they give me like a guy's perspective on things. So they do help me a lot with relationships too. I am grateful for you guys. Like one time Denelse reached out to me, and she's given me advice, and I'm grateful for you all, that you all have given me much wisdom, and that I can open up and I can come up and I can find something that I didn't know I would take away. Even though some of the concepts are very advanced, I'm very happy that I'm able to step into this world and this environment and feel like I'm not being judged, and that I feel like it's coming from a place of love. This lesson today, oh my God, I can't remember the lesson. Above all else, I want to see things differently.
Yes.
I want to see my life differently. I want to see the beauty in all the colors, because I do not want to go back.
No speaking of what you don't want, only speaking of what you do want. So I love your gratitude.
I want to see all the bright colors and hear the beautiful sounds and meet beautiful people like you guys, and do everything and make my mother. I want to be happy. I want to be able to cry and not feel and feel okay about my tears. I want to feel. I'm so happy. I haven't cried in months, and it just feels so good to cry. I'm happy that I'm crying. I'm thankful that I can express myself in a safe place. I'm happy that I'm thankful that I've had people in my life teach me like how to deal with like opposition and adversaries. I'm thankful for books. I'm thankful that I was made in God's image. I'm thankful that God put his own breath into my lungs to give me life when he made us out of the earth. I'm thankful for my baby sister. I'm complete.
That is beautiful. Like, Princess, that is beautiful. Beautiful. And all of what you said is a yes from the universe. All of it. You're always loved. You're always looked after. You're always watched over. Always. You're always provided for. Always. No matter what it looks like. That's something all of us can take with us. All of us. Yes?
Yes.
Angel says, we love you like Princess, and we are all going through this together. Woo! And we're going through this together.
I'm thankful for them too.
Lake Princess, you know, I cry just a lot. I cry a lot these mornings. I've been crying a lot. I love crying. I love it, actually. It's beautiful. It's a soul cleansing.
Yeah, and I see so many different things I want to learn, and I'm doing. I think I need to focus on gratitude first. Not I want a root chakra, yes, but I feel like gratitude is the first thing because I need to see the cup 100% full.
Beautiful, and even overflowing. And even overflowing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You're a beautiful soul. You deserve to be happy. May said, yeah, I've been crying lately too. We're all crying. It's beautiful. Tears are beautiful. Tears are soul bath. Well, here's our card for today. It is the Ten of Swords. And sometimes when people look at the Ten of Swords card, they're like, a little concerned because it's a man laying on the ground with 10 swords in his back and he's bleeding and whatnot. It looks tragic. It looks terrible. The good news about the Ten of Swords is that this is sort of a drama queen. This is overdoing it. And this is the end of the cycle. Like, okay, you're done with that. Okay, you danced that tune all you could. You got all the juice you could get out of it. Sort of like the C word. This is the C word right here. Okay, we're done. So tens always indicate the end of a cycle. So I'm very happy about that. And basically, this is like, knock it off. Knock it off. Really? 10 swords in your back. Over dramatic. Over dramatic. Galactic Signature for the day, Queen Hadassah.
Okay, wonderful. We are in the white family today, Rev. We're in Kind 150, White Resident Dog. I channel in order to love, inspiring loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of spirit. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. I channel in order to love, inspiring loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of spirit. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. I channel in order to love, inspiring loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of spirit. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. Today we have the energy of activation. Let's do it. White resonant dog.
Bam! Let's do it. And with that, we got empires to build, greatness to express. Let's go. Come on, family. Everybody on Clubhouse, send some love to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. We love you. Have a beautiful day. God bless you.
Love you, YouTubers. Love you, Clubhouse. See you tomorrow.